Hello and welcome to what has now become the Friday art video. So yeah, this episode we're going to be looking at some random artwork from Conflux. These are all cards that I pulled from boosters, and I think in the case of Conflux I would have opened, I don't know, something in the region of about 10 packs, I suspect. Somewhere around there, and I just literally went through a few moments ago and just pulled out anything that grabbed my attention. I decided to not show any foils because I find the foils that I did pull don't look great for some reason. I think it just happens to be for the particular artwork they're foils of, they actually don't make the artwork pop in some instances, and I'll mention the cards where I could have shown a foil. They actually make it bizarrely look more muted. So on balance, I thought I'd rather show the unfoil version than the foil. So I was lucky enough to open a Path to Exile. So that's what you see on camera here. Again, I'm not going to necessarily show the rules text because of course these will be all cards that were probably mentioned as part of the set musings, but if I think it warrants it and it's maybe part of a mini cycle or something like that, or a regular cycle, then I will just show you the artwork so you can I'll show you the rules text so you can orientate yourself. So there's good old Path. Yep, Sigil of the Empty Throne. And that certainly featured a couple of times in set musings. That's the one that whenever you play an enchantment spell puts a 4/4 white angel creature token with flying into play. Did I say Sigil? Yeah, it is Sigil. Paragon of the Amisha. I was curious to see what the artwork looked like on this, but also it's one, if you remember, there was that mini cycle of cards that had the Wooburg activation on them. I've got one other of those that I pulled out of I think 2 out of the 3. I think it was, yeah, I can't even remember from earlier when I shot the video. And I think that was like 3 out of 5 from the colours. I just want to get the Unsummon artwork up close, because despite all the times I've looked at Unsummon with this particular artwork, I've never seen it really in close. And it's interesting to see some of the background there, because I think whenever you look at cards when they're not under magnification or like this, zoomed in, there's certain bits of the art where you focus in on and you're not always aware of the other bits. But like this, it's nice, you can get the subtleties, I think. I thought this looked pretty cool when I was looking at it in the binder. Now this one I haven't got in foil, but it would be interesting to see in foil how those lightning strikes look. Also, obviously, I probably couldn't do an episode without an elemental. This looks okay. I was curious how this would look close up. And I'm just looking to see if I can see anything in there that looks remotely like a head. There's a bit, I don't really have a pointer to use my finger. I don't know if you can see it. There's a bit just here, just across from my fingernail. It looks like some jaws with some teeth, but again, it could be just, you know, my brain, or my human brain, doing its usual pattern matching and seeing faces and other things in seemingly random artwork. Voices from the Void. Oh, that's good. I wanted to see how well the artwork in the background stood out, which looks very misty when you just look at it from a distance. I want to see what that looked like. For some reason, I don't know why it is, whenever I think of Conflux, I'd always think of Hellspark Elemental. This is the 3/1 for 2 that you sacrifice it at the end of turn. It has trample and haste, but also unearth on it. Yeah, that looks pretty cool up close actually. And also Banefire. I wanted to see what the artwork like that looked like. So Dragonsoul Knight is one of the other cards which has a Wooburg activation cost on it. In fact, the more I look at this, yeah, so it shows you how it's easy for me to forget things in the course of just doing a video in the morning and the afternoon. This was part of a full cycle. Yeah, that's right. There were a cycle of cards that all had Wooburg activation costs, 1 in each of the colours. So yeah, it looks like I've just got 2 out of the 5. Hellkite Hatchling. So this was one of the first ones I'm looking at on camera here that did actually have a foil for, but the non-foil version actually looked better. So this is a non-foil version. See, it's not an activation like a Wooburg activation, but there were several cards which had multicolour activation costs on them in this set. This is one of them. And there's a Paleolith. Cares about creatures with power 5 or greater coming to play, and you may return a target creature from your graveyard to your hand. So now moving on to land, I do have a Reliquary Tower. So no maximum hand size for me. Here's the Unstable Frontier. This is the card that changes the target land to a basic land type of your choice until end of turn. That's interesting. It made me think about this. This obviously targets a land you control. Does anybody in the comment section want, because I just can't remember, if there's a land similar to this, just targets any land? That would be interesting, because then you could use it to switch off, sort of switch off an opponent's non-basic. Until end of turn. I like the artwork on this. This is printed out uncommon. Good old Rupture Spire. I did find a Mana Silex and another one where I was curious about the artwork. I wanted to just see how much depth there was in the artwork generally, and that's through the camera lens. That's got nice depth to it. Yeah, so this was really interesting. This is a non-foil version. The foil version I had was pretty bad. I mean, it's not a problem with the card. It's just the foiling just made everything here look shiny and flat when I looked at it. So this is a non-foil. It looks much better. That was the one where 5 tap it, sacrifice Kaleidostone and add Wooburg to your mana pool. Also, when it comes into play, you get to draw a card. So a few other multicoloured ones here. We've got Apocalypse Hydra, which was, looking at this, would have been a mythic. Some token shenanigans going on there. And then I just like the artwork on this. Is just a vanilla, or just, he says just a vanilla, so it's an 8/8 Wooburg creature. I thought that was pretty cool. And then I know Wednesday's video for the Commander Durdle. If you remember, this was in our card pool, although we didn't use it as the Commander. But seeing as I had it in paper, I thought I might as well show it on camera so we can have a look at the artwork up close. So the Demon Dragon, Legend, 2/2 black, 2 red, and just to remind you, with flying, 6/6, when Malfagor comes into play, discard your hand. Each opponent sacrifices a creature for each card discarded this way. So there we have it. I hope you've enjoyed that quick look through some Conflux artwork. I'm looking forward to next Friday because we've got shards and some interesting cycles in there, which I think I've got in paper. Things like the border posts. Certainly, I should be able to track down. I think I've got in a binder somewhere. So, yeah. Thanks for watching. Bye for now, and I will see you in the next video.